We're the Hidradenitis SuppuraDivas. If you've got HS, you'll want to meet us. It's not your fault, put the shame to a halt. HS divas know how to have a ball. The Hidradenitis SuppuraDivas. Put the shame to a halt, cause it's not your fault.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Hidradenitis SuppuraDivas. We're back for season 4 and we are here today. We're going to talk about something that's very near and dear to both of us. Binge watching shows. Everybody knows they have their downtime when you have a flare. Everyone is constantly looking for shows to watch. So we figured, why not start out with talking about things you can binge watch? And if you are one of the people who doesn't, I'm sorry, this episode may not be for you. And we may not be your girls.
No, seriously. If you are using your downtime and you're not watching TV, I don't know. Put it in the comments. We're inspired.
But then don't tell us what you do and make us feel bad.
Right. Because I'm not reading. I'm sorry.
I asked her about that earlier and she said, no, that was a hard no.
Maybe once all my kids move out.
Yeah, it's true. It is hard to read when you've got a lot of distractions, especially little kids, for sure.
Yes. And that's even why what plays into like finding a good show, because growing up, it was always so weird when like you couldn't be in the living room with your parents. It was actually pretty normal for my family because they were always watching inappropriate stuff. It was like, this isn't for kids, not kids' eyes, you know? So I'm different. I watch stuff that like my kids could watch, but like they don't want to watch it because it's boring to them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we were just talking about like, what are you watching right now? I just wrapped up season 6 of Virgin River.
Oh my God, there's that many seasons of it?
Yeah,
I'm
so I don't
way
know.
behind.
You're going to commit. She was saying how it starts a little slow, and it really does, but it's like one of those feel-good shows. And sometimes you just really resonate with the main character, and it's not even about like the way they act or the storyline. Like sometimes they're just like good looking or really pretty, or you like their wardrobe, you know? And so that's how I feel about Mel on Virgin River. I like could just watch Virgin River for her. That's it.
I have been getting TV recommendations from my brother lately, and I gotta say, like, he's spot on. So I say we, but like I try to have shows in my house that I get to watch by myself, except for when Caitlin sees them, then instantly she's like, oh, I want to watch this too. So I lose usually all of my alone shows that become a we show instead of a me show. But I watched Tulsa King.
Okay.
That was really good with Sylvester Stallone. American Rust was really good. Yeah, just some weird, I'll have to look at my text and figure out what the other ones were that he put me onto. But there have been some really good shows. Unfortunately, they're not long enough. Like, they're not 6 seasons, because I love me a really long show that I can sit and watch for weeks and weeks on end when I actually have time to sit and watch TV. But I love. And then we were talking about this last night. Actually, remember when we were talking about when you get to the end of binge watching a show, right? And then it's like I don't know what to do, because it's not going to be, I can't just sit and watch that anymore. And now I got to find something else, but I really, really liked this one and I wanted more. Yeah. I'm at that point right now with 90 Day Fiancé and The Last Resort.
You guys and these damn dating shows. How do you find the interest? I'm like, I don't know. I'm happily married. I'm probably never going to date again. I just have zero desire to watch people fall in love.
It's a train wreck a lot of times. It's amazing. And then the
taking over, like just networking, period. There's so many 90 Day Fiancé, Married at First Sight, freaking the Ultimatum, Love is Blind. I'm like, y'all, I can't keep up.
Yeah. And some of them I get like a little bit tired of. I don't do like, I think we've watched The Ultimatum and a couple of shows like that, but
because I'm like, The Ultimatum, you really brought me here and you gave me an ultimatum, and all in the same breath, if you don't want to marry me, I could just pick somebody else on this show. It's giving toxic.
Yeah, but if you're at that point, I would say this is probably not a good space for you to be. I totally agree. Oh my gosh.
I was so confused. I was like, so none of them are going to make it. This is all for views. what?
And that's what I love so much about like the 90 Day Fiancé Last Resort is it's like all of the groups that are having issues or the couples that are having issues come for like group therapy. So you get to like watch the train wreck continue.
It's like the reunion episodes from Jersey Shore back in the day.
Oh my
Give me
God.
the tea.
Yeah. We watched, Vanderpump Rules.
I've never seen that either.
We watched there were so many seasons. And we got really into that one. And then what was the other one? There's like Southern Charm and I don't know. There's so many.
Did you ever finish Grey's Anatomy?
No. Let me tell you, I got to a certain point in it and I like totally lost interest.
It happens because Shonda Rhimes, if you're listening, why are we on season 22? Why? Why did we get this far?
It was after Derek died.
Oh, yeah.
And like Meredith did her whole like run away and like become another person thing. And I just got really, really bored.
When all the main characters are gone, it's like, what am I still watching this for?
Yeah. And I felt like I couldn't, like, I got to that point and I couldn't get back into it. So then I've let it go. So I should probably like try and watch it again, but I need to know where to start.
I don't think there's any more hope for it, honestly. No. I watched it from like, I think I've watched every episode probably at least, and this is being generous, 3 times, all the way up until, Derek dies. It just is like, it's just so meh watching it after, it's like, it's partially depressing because they were such a good couple together. And that was like a huge reason why I watched the shows because they just went so good together. And you can tell that they like just had that chemistry, So after he died, it was just, it was really hard to watch. And then you had hopes for her and Alex to maybe become a thing. And then he leaves too. So it's just a really disheartening time. But the fact that it's even still keep going. I'm like, Shonda, please wrap it up. I know that you're capable. You're a very smart woman. You gave us Scandal. You gave us How to Get Away with Murder. You knew when to end those.
Yeah.
Because those ones could have kept going if you ask me.
Yeah.
But here we are on Grey's Anatomy all these years later.
Very much so. We were talking about Olivia Pope earlier too and how like,
My girl.
I have to watch that again. Did you watch Good Girls?
I did watch Good Girls. I was so upset at the way it ended because there was another season coming and there's never going to be another season coming. And that's just like the reality of like that industry, it just sucks so bad when there's so many people who are so in love with the show and like it'll be a funding issue or a scheduling conflict for the people in the show. Maybe they're doing something else. So Good Girls was really great because it was one of those shows where it's like, that this isn't realistic, but like it kind of felt realistic,
You could resonate with each of the characters, like I love that. And I love me some Beth.
Oh, yes.
What?
She just had such big boobs. I was like, Beth, like, oh my gosh. I hope you don't have HS under those breasts. You will be struggling. Like,
and if you do, we're your people.
But honestly, so like when it comes to TV, I just really enjoy it because it gives me like that escape from reality. And even like, it's just my favorite thing to do when I'm like flaring really bad to where like, movement is limited. You don't want to do the most. And I don't necessarily like bed rot and binge in my room. I will couch rot though. And it's like the lighting's better out there, it's not getting depressed. So it just does it for me. And I am so proud of people who like have a different hobby. Obviously, like I wish I could be more productive doing other things, but I also just had to learn to take that guilt away. And like, I am not a regular person. And sometimes I have to take a break. And that doesn't mean filling rest in with a different hobby. It means literally resting. So that's what it looks like for me. If it looks the same for you, like we hope that we can bond over television shows. But it's just like, it's one thing that we're allowed to do. And I hope that you give yourself like less guilt for doing it because we do deserve to listen to our body and take time and couch rot and enjoy that new show or that new season.
If you have recommendations, put them in the comments because we all need to have backups to our backups. No, and add them to the list of things that we can look forward to watching. And I totally agree. I think there's such as a person living with HS, I think sometimes you get a lot of shit for needing to have downtime and potentially resting more than an average person, or when you're experiencing a flare especially. And so learning how to give yourself that time and the permission, and then that also will help those around you understand that you are allowing yourself that time and permission to do that. And hopefully they'll get on board. Sometimes it just requires a conversation with them about, I'm not physically able. This has nothing to do with the fact that I don't want to. Wants are different. This is a need. And I know for myself, I have pushed so incredibly hard through most of my HS to my own detriment. And I'm now learning how to actually give myself the space and the time, and without the guilt. Yeah. And dude, we all know, like, especially as moms, right? You look around the house, there are a million things that need to be done.
They're
Always
gonna
be
be
there.
there.
Right. It's not like if you take care of them today that they won't be there tomorrow. They're back. Laundry never ends. Yeah. So if you miss a day of folding, so be it. I mean, sometimes we just have to do that. And expecting more of our spouses. Can we talk about this for a second?
Yes.
Expecting more of the people around us who love us and nurture us and want to help us. Holding them to a higher standard, asking them for help is a huge thing our community needs to really start doing. We spend so much time minimizing ourselves and minimizing our HS because we've been taught to do that since we were young. And it's time that we stop following that same pattern. And for those of us who may end up having kids that have HS, they're learning watching you. Watching your behavior, watching what you allow, watching what your expectations are. And it's so important to be able to speak and ask for help when you need it.
We just don't get like a reward, an extra cookie, kudos for like being the strongest person in the room all the time, you know, like, and I think we just have to have people continuously tell us like, that doesn't make you like a bad person, you know? And expecting more from your spouse can start, like, if you set that principle when you're dating, I love that for you. Mm-hmm. A lot of us didn't know how to do that though. We were just so like, I speak from experience. When I first got with Josh, I was like, oh my God, like he loves me. Oh my, you know, we're together forever. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you have that honeymoon phase. And then after that, it's just like, you just kind of start like walking through life. And it just, you kind of are like, I don't know how to explain it. You're on airplane, like you're just on airplane mode, you know? Yep. And then all of a sudden one day, you meeting other people with HS and like being able to tell my story and talk to them, and like you get really empowered. And then you start realizing that, okay, listen, I need help in this department, or I, you know, don't feel comfortable living or doing things this way anymore. So it's just a communication thing. And I think you have to continue to work on your communication with your partner, because like we said the other day, like sometimes we feel like it's not fair to them because it's something that we allowed for so long. And then we come in and we're like, hey, no, like, yeah, I want to switch this up. I'm not going to accept that anymore, you know?
Used to be okay.
Bare
it's
minimum
no longer okay.
Energy. Yeah. No, you know, like I'm a queen. And I think it's just because we have HS, we thought we just had to like accept the love we thought we deserved. And the thing is, you guys, is like neither one of us are in a bad marriage or a bad relationship. We love our partners so much. Like we're so grateful for them. They do amazing things. But sometimes like we need a little bit more. And nor other people who don't have HS, we see they are constantly like, I see other people who don't have HS constantly telling their partner like what they need. And I'm like, oh, it's so nice that you can do that. But like, I can't say that because I have HS and I should just be grateful that he's with me. And like, that's not a healthy mindset at all. So when you take yourself away from that and you're like, no, HS aside, I still deserve a healthy relationship with healthy boundaries, and I should have healthy expectations for this relationship too. And I think when we get to that space, you also learn too if that's the partner for you. Yes. Because if they're not willing to meet you at that place, well, I hope that you're willing to reconsider. You know?
And it's hard. I think that's one of the other things we're working on changing, as like we're being more outspoken about our HS and our journeys personally, is to influence everyone who comes behind us to say this, you are worthy of love in the way that you need and deserve. It has nothing to do, your worth is not tied into your HS. And those are separate things. Now, as a person living with a chronic illness, we are not meant for everyone, or I should say everyone isn't meant for us. We need a special kind of person who can deal with the uncertainty that comes with living with us. The plan breaking because a flare came up, needing some extra love and care and compassion, all of those things, understanding, or trying to anyway, understand the way that our HS impacts our psyche and the way we feel about ourselves and, body image issues and all of those things. So we're not the right partner for everybody. And I think you have to be even more selective when you have a chronic illness like HS, especially with all of the physicality of it, to make sure that you're choosing the right person who can show up for you every day the way that you need, and that you can then show up for them the way they need, but they have that understanding when you can't. Yeah. And going back to your point about communicating too, I think with HS, you're taught for so long not to really talk about it, that communicating with other people about your HS is very uncomfortable at first. It's painstaking. It's embarrassing. You don't know how you're going to be received, even by the people who love you the most. But it's so necessary in order to be able to have that healthy relationship, to communicate what your needs are, to communicate that you're feeling uncomfortable. And you don't even have to understand the why behind all of it. It's a just because sometimes. But learning how, the more you talk about it, this is my therapist that I absolutely loved and retired. The one thing I will remember that she said to me that has stuck with me is, the more you talk about it, the more it just becomes part of your story. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we've had that same experience just talking about our HS, and it no longer defines us. It's just a part of our story. It's part of who we are. It's part of our makeup. It isn't our identity. Absolutely. And it's fascinating. But the more you start having those conversations with people, the more easily they happen, the more easily they come, and you feel much more comfortable.
Especially not just romantic relationships, but like relationships with your parents, relationships with your siblings. If you're a mom, the relationship and the communication that you set out for your kids. I mean, like Leilani, bless her heart, she is at that age where like she wants to play volleyball with me, and she wants that to go do something together. And I just had to be so extremely transparent on days where like if I'm flaring on my thigh, I'm like, girl, like mom can't go to the gym today. But I remember saying it to her the first few times. That was all I said, right? Like, not today, But as a child, you keep asking your parent to play with you. Eventually, if they keep saying not today, not today, not today, they're going to stop asking you, right? So I had to like break it down. I was really convicted one day that I said it. I was like, babe, mom's just flaring. Like, and then I showed her and I was like, would you play volleyball with this on your thigh? Yeah. She's like, no, it's okay, mom. Like, we can watch a movie. So we were able to pivot and do a different activity together. And then we played chess, and it was so great. And I was like, this is such an aha moment, because she would have kept asking me later today or tomorrow. And it's like, now I'm a liar, because I'm like, oh yeah, because I'm tired of saying no. But then I'm giving false promises. Mm-hmm. So it was like a whole thing that I went through in one day. But like, instead of just shutting it down and not explaining to her, we were able to bond doing something else. And I think it's the same thing. It's like, just, you got to change the scenario, but it's the same concept with different people. And I wish that I would have been a little bit more open growing up with my mom, because I think that there were so many times they were like, either didn't know I was in that amount of pain, and I would just push through, like you said, against our own demise and make it worse for ourselves. But I'm like, dang, if I would have just been honest sometimes, like, I'm really in pain today, like, maybe you wouldn't have thought I was just being lazy or didn't want to or was rebelling, or, so communication is just so, so, so important, period. And then adding in having a chronic illness and all this, like, it's detrimental to our journey to be able to talk about. And I think people just need permission to do that, because like you said, we keep it to ourselves for so long that we think that nobody even cares. Nobody wants to know. I don't want to burden them with my problems, but it's not that. It's so far from that. And your people will care and will not judge you. So it's just time that we start having the conversation.
Absolutely. And it all circles back to find yourself something on Netflix. And giving yourself that permission and having that conversation about needing that time to really just unplug. And as a parent, it's needed for everybody, even if you don't have a chronic illness, everyone needs a place or something to do that they can just unplug from. So I think, binge watching, reading, whatever your gig is, do it. Don't feel guilty about it. The pile of laundry will still be there. You're not saving the world. I always say we're not delivering hearts and lungs and coolers. Nothing we're doing is life threatening at this point. So just give yourself some permission, enjoy your show, relax, have open communication, and miracles happen because of it. Truly. Yeah.
And don't forget your flare care.
Yes.
Don't forget, do your flare care, then put on the show. You know, you'll feel so much better. Sometimes we get so busy with the life things and then we're like, oh no, I'll do it in a second. I'll do it after this. I'll do it after that. It's like, no. What happens if you put yourself first today? Mm-hmm. Just think about what would happen, you'd feel just a little bit better. So sometimes if I got to go take a shower and put on some fresh bandages and some fresh PJs and toss that show on, I might be in a little bit of pain, but I feel better about myself that I was able to do that. So we want to give you permission, I know in today's culture, everybody is it's like an entrepreneur world. It's like, don't sleep, grind. And it's like, no, if you have a chronic illness, I'm giving you permission to slow down, to take a rest day, to enjoy your show and enjoy your family.
And send this episode to whoever needs to hear us give you permission to do that, because we're giving it to you freely. So please let anybody who needs to watch this do, so that they understand.
Yes. And like we said before, if you guys have any recommendations for us on what you're watching, put it in the comments below. I'll leave you with what I'm watching currently. It is The Morning Show on Apple TV with Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston. So if you're a Friends stan like I am, I'll watch anything with Jennifer Aniston. Okay. And she is mighty in that show. So please go check it out. I was glued to my TV for 4 days, especially because it's kind of like this. As we were doing this, is giving me I was like, morning show. It's so cool. And living with HS, it gives me I'm able to be a different person for a little bit. I'm like,
when you said leave the comments below, and I thought Below Deck, because I love that show too.
See, we are some TV show junkies, but I am not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it at all. I love me some good TV, and you should too.
Yes. So thank you guys for joining us for this episode. Leave any shows that you enjoy or binge watch in the comments so that we can take a look at them, because we're going to be needing new ones soon.